Imagine waking up in the middle of a cool, quiet night. Your eyes are burning. You can barely draw a breath. Outside, your neighbors are screaming, running blindly through the streets. But no one knows what is happening or what they are running from. That was the reality on the night of December 2nd, 1984, in the densely populated city of Bhopal, India. The city was calm, and families were asleep in their homes. Right next to those homes sat a massive industrial facility owned by the American company Union Carbide. Its daily operation was straightforward, manufacturing chemical pesticides for agriculture. This diagram shows the factory's layout and its proximity to the residential grid. Notice the storage tank area highlighted here. These tanks held thousands of gallons of methyl isocyanide, or MIC. It is a highly volatile chemical that, if exposed to air, becomes a heavy, lethal gas that suffocates anyone who inhales it. The citizens of Bhopal were going about their daily routines, completely unaware that the ingredients for a mass casualty event were silently sitting right next door. Water entered tank 610, mixing with liquid MIC to create a violent reaction. It boiled into gas, rapidly spiking internal pressure. The expanding gas surged toward backup scrubbers and flare towers. Because the company deactivated these mechanisms to cut costs, the gas bypassed them entirely. Put yourself in the shoes of a factory operator watching those pressure dials max out. The backup systems are offline. What is your next step? There is no step. Without safety systems, the reaction is unstoppable. Deliberate corporate financial choices removed every safety net designed to protect Bhopal, turning a manageable chemical leak into a mass casualty event. Within minutes, 40 tons of toxic gas escaped the factory. Because MIC is heavier than air, the dense cloud hugged the ground, rolling directly into the nearby neighborhoods. Families woke up choking, grabbing their children and fleeing blindly into the dark streets. This flowchart illustrates the crisis. Thousands of suffocating victims flooded hospitals, creating massive bottlenecks at every medical node. Staff were paralyzed, with no idea how to treat the dying. The factory's information pipeline remained completely blocked, leaving doctors with a critical gas unknown warning. Union Carbide officials refused to disclose the specific chemical name and the lethal nature of the gas to the medical teams trying to save lives. By withholding essential data when every second mattered, corporate secrecy prevented doctors from administering correct antidotes, driving the death toll far higher than the initial exposure alone. When the sun rose on the morning of December 3rd, the streets of Bhopal were covered with casualties. Thousands of people and animals had perished in the night, and entire families were wiped out. Despite the overwhelming loss of life, the corporate executives responsible for the facility avoided the severe legal penalties that the survivors and the international community expected. The damage did not end in 1984. Survivors suffered from permanent blindness and chronic respiratory failure, and the toxic exposure passed congenital birth defects down to the next generation, forcing young children to inherit the physical trauma. This graphic shows how systemic negligence and cost-cutting lead directly to industrial disaster. In the years following Bhopal, nations worldwide overhauled their inspection protocols and passed the stringent chemical safety laws we use today. The Bhopal gas tragedy remains the deadliest industrial disaster in history. Remembering the thousands who suffocated and the families still fighting for healthcare ensures that no community is ever quietly sacrificed for a profit margin again. Share this story to keep that memory alive.